Welcome one, welcome all to the 2026 NACHC Men's Senior World Qualifiers Brawn match between Canada and Mexico. We are currently doing the team introductions. Unfortunately, due to technical limitations, you will likely not be able to hear or make out the individual player remarks. We are going to go ahead and read those to you here in the booth after the national anthems are completed. And the introductions are done. We now begin with the national anthems. As we finish with the national anthems of both teams and we get ever so closer to starting that match, we're going to begin reading out the team sheet. Starting with Canada, apologies, we have number 4, Antoniadis Teodoros. At number 6, we have Eric Dupre. At number 7, Nathan Belanger. Number 9, Reese Kleinman. Number 10, Kazi de Dudley Gaspal. Number 11, Kazi de Krusli Gaspal. Number 13, Alexis Renaud. Number 15, Mohammed Auda. Number 17, Colton Kuipers. Number 21, Pierre Alexandre Coyne. Number 24, Jason Miller. Number 30, Gabriel King. Number 34, Kevin Emeo Ngaleo. Number 42, Justin Danulet. Number 72, Hugo Bonhomme Lecole. And rounding out the list, number 92, Neil Bissot. Canada is represented by official A, Christian Latulippe, official B, Remy Montesalvo, official C, Fabien Blot, and official D, Alexandre Lafrance. Representing the Mexican team, we have number 2, Ian Ramses Martinez Gaitires. Number 4, Jesus Arturo Sandoval Velarde. Number 6, Juan Mayoral Royas. Number 7, Brian Maltos Cortinas. Number 8, Jose Alfonso Flores Wolfolk. Number 10, Daniel Ubaldo Marquez Caño. Number 11, Hector Rafael Altamirano. Number 13, Jose Sebastian Galvez Campos. Number 15, Jesus Orlando Loya Campos. Number 17, Santiago Roman Crabtree. Number 21, Manuel Rivas Zazueta. Number 24, Victor Enrique Salgado Gastelum. Number 25, Carlos Alejandro Maya Pedraza. Number 28, Juan Humberto Anguiano Lopez. Number 44, Juan Pablo Maya Pedraza. And rounding out the list, number 57, Said Morales Diaz. This Mexican team is headed by official A, Angel Rojas Rodriguez, and official B, Jose Rafael Santos Barros. And as the ball is thrown, Mexico will start with possession. This Mexican national team has had a subpar tournament. They are a significantly younger team than the 3 other competitions this time around. Going 0-3 thus far, trying to win bronze here and turn the tides on this Canadian team. Canada, in their own right, unable to come away with a win from both Greenland and the United States. However, they were able to knock out Mexico in their first matchup. Mexico now on the attack. They'll start with number 2 in the middle, Martinez Gaitires. Notable exception from today's match, one of the Maya Pedraza brothers, Osvaldo, usually reprising his role on the left, is unavailable due to injury. Mexico now, moving the ball through the backfield. They'll go with a wing cross to start things off. Looking down low, their pivot under pressure from Ngolo Emeo. Mexico now trying to fight through the middle, and that ball will go over. Nothing to do for the Mexican national team yet, as they will retain possession from a 9. Their pivot will start this play off. Once again, going back into the back line. Mexico on an empty cross, trying to break through. However, Mayo is not going to let them through. Another 9 from Mexican side. This presentation brought to you by USA Team Handball, proudly hosting our NACHC qualifiers for the 2027 Senior Men's World Championship. And the Mexican pivot, unable to break through. Canada, number 42, Justin Danulet between the net today. The ball still in Mexico's possession. Up on deck next, the men's gold match between the United States and Greenland. And that'll be another save by Danulet. And now Canada on the attack. Gaspard goes down to Coyne. unable to make it through there. Gaspard on his own, and he gets it. Canada quick to respond after a lengthy Mexican possession. This Mexican side may be a little underaged and underexperienced. They've got a lot of heart, though, and they fight to the end every time. Number 25 out for them on the left back. That's Carlos Maya Pedraza, reprising his brother's role. Mexico goes with a pivot cross. You've seen that all across the NACHC games today and this week. And Mayu eats that one alive on the rebound on the save. Colton Kuipers didn't make much of an appearance against the United States. However, he was a serious contributor in both the Greenland and the prior Mexico match. He's hoping to be the impact player here today as well. Gaspard on the right, Kuipers on the left, led once again by Nathan Belanger. Emeyu with the pivot cross goes to Gaspard. He'll pop out to the right wing, left wing, goes down to Emeyu. Emeyu unable to break through, and that'll be a spot point. A 7 awarded to the Canadian side as Emeyu is slow to get up. Coining Kuipers over to help their comrade in arms, and he will get up under his own pressure. This last time out for both of these sides, Emeyu and the Mexican side starting pivot, Daniel Marquez Caño, had a little bit of a scuffle, both resulting in a couple twos for each, as Kuiper steps up to take the shot, and he will sink that. In goal today for the Mexican side, an impact player of his own right, Santiago Roman Crabtree was a serious contributor in all of their games up to this point. Unfortunately, unable to lead his side to a victory. There are no fingers pointed at Roman Crabtree in that locker room. Pedraza goes to the wing. From the left, he finds the center. Back to Pedraza on a wing cross in, unable to break through past Emeyu, and that'll be a Mexico possession from the 9 spot. And Morales Diaz reminded he must leave the circle after every inbound off a 9. Mexico now, Maya Pedraza in the middle. Martinez Gutierrez in on the empty cross. Trying to find a hole through, goes down to the pivot, and that'll be, once again, Mexico possession. As Marquez Caño starts it off. Mexico searching for an opening in this Canadian defense. Pedraza. Back to Sandoval Varade. Over to the right, and not to do for the Mexican side. They're unable to break through. They earn a 7. 7 to be taken by Said Morales Diaz. He will line up against the man between the sticks, Houston Daniele. And he will oblige himself with a goal. Belanger gets the ball to Emeyu. They'll start this one off. Canada up early, 2-1 Mexico. Belanger surveys his options, looks to make his call. He has led this Canadian team to a victory against Mexico before. As Mexico steps out on Kuipers, Gaspard goes it alone on a shot through the middle, and that'll do. 3-1. Mexico across the back line, and that'll hit his foot. The referee will not call it, though. Mexico retains possession. And number 21, Manuel Zazueta, checks in. He will reprise the center back position as it appears. He's making his own calls. And he calls for the empty cross in. Martinez Gutierrez. And a double cross in. And from the middle, that'll be saved. Danue not letting anything through there. And Gaspard able to pop that out from the 1 spot. Mexico possession. Mexico in motion. They go to the right. They go to the left. Left back CV cross. Pops once again. He tries to swim through. Doesn't make it. That would be a 9. Canada happy with their defense from the bench. Mexico now, once again in motion. They spent a lot of time on offense, and that's a goal. Number 4, Sandoval Valade crushes that one through. 3-2, still Canada lead. And Belanger tries to get a behind-the-back spinning shot. It does not connect. They will earn a 7. Who else to take it? Number 17, Colton Kuipers. He is taking his sweet time coming up to the line. As a reminder, these teams have played 3 matches in the previous 4 days, all international top-level competition. You have to imagine fatigue is setting in across all 4 teams. And Kuipers sends it home, 4-2 Mexico. Excuse me, 4-2 Canada. Mexico to begin the attack. They walk to their line, pivot and wings, playing high still. They'll wait before the call is made by the CB before getting into their own position. Mexico passing it among their back line. Gaspard pressuring on the left back. Wing cross in on the right. Mexico, CBLB cross. They look for a double cross, trying to find an opening. Surveying, try to get past him. Mayo. They're not going to get past him. And they're not going to get past the man between the sticks either. Save for Canada. Belanger will take that one up. A look we've seen quite a lot. Kuipers, Belanger, Gaspard. It's how they've started the last 2 matches. Doubtless that this is what they want to go with. This is the lineup that works for them. A large amount of Canadian Quebecois representation on this team, and passed a coin popped out by Mexico, still Canada possession. Pierre-Alexandre Coin, in his own right, having a decent tournament, getting quite a couple 7s, quite a couple wing shots in. I think he'll be happy, if not neutral, with his performance, but he has started every single match. And now Mexico makes a substitution. I believe they're going with the defensive specialist move here, as Martinez Gaiteres has featured in every attack, was only off temporarily there. Mexico down early. They've shown that they're capable of hitting flurries of goals in a row before. Are they going to be able to pull one off here? Their set pieces are usually not their strong suits. They like to hit you on a counterattack and on offensive mistakes. And just like that, Martinez Gutierrez tries to go through, and Mayu able to stop it. And out to the left wing goal. Number 57 sends it home. Gaspard now on the attack. Goes into the middle, and that ball is bobbled. Referee calls that out, and that'll be an interception by Belanger. Gets it back to Gaspard. He'll send it long ways to the far side. Left wing lob, and it's good. Canada showing an early strength over Mexico here. Can Mexico respond with their own? From the back. Once again, Martinez Gaiteres leads. He's been in that spot all tournament. 57, jump shot, and it's through. Mexico within 1, and the referee calls the Canadian team back to the line for the throw-in. Belanger starting it off slow. Canada understands in their own locker room they can win this if they control the tempo. They can win this on physicality and on experience. And on Colton Kuipers' back, certainly. Kuipers shot, and it's stopped. Santiago Crabtree stops it, sends it long, and Mexico equalizes. A goal from number 28, Juan Anguiano Lopez. Canada now starting off their attack, walking to the line. And Mexico pressuring Kuipers, trying to prevent him from making any motions, trying to disrupt Canada's back line as much as they can. And empty cross, Gaspard. Gaspard receives, looks to Mayu, and Mayu makes him pay for it. 6-5 Canada. Well, Canada leads. Mexico has already shown they're able to come back from a small deficit. Can they take their own lead here? We'll have to equalize first. Once again, Martinez Gaiteres starts his attack, surveying his options across the back line. Canada not currently pressuring. They've shown the ability to do so before. And they'll go with a right wing cross, pop it out over. A little bit of overload play here. Goes to the right to the right wing. Right wing can't break through, pops back to the center back, out left, and swim move failed. Pop to the left wing. He tries to go across, down to the pivot, loses possession. He gains a 9. Canada happy with the response. They'll take a 9 on that any day, and that's a timeout by the referee. The Canadians talking over the ball, and the referee kicking it out. We bring in the second ball. Mexico perhaps wanting more glue on it. And they will restart from that. Jump shot, and it's blocked. Canada physically imposing in that middle. Mexico's going to have to go around them. They can't hit through the 3. And Pierre-Alexandre Coin takes it up. Belanger out left. He has a discussion with Kuipers to his right. And they'll start. Oh, Mexico interrupts the false cross. Belanger tries to go down, throws an interception. Mexico ball. Mexico on a breakaway. They try to go long. Kuipers interception. And Canada comfortably able to knock that one out before it started. Now on their own, they set up for their set piece. Once again, more pressure on Kuipers is disrupting this Canadian line as much as they can. Gaspard receives an empty cross, back down to Belanger on the right. He goes to Gaspard, who is held defensively, and referee's going to have a talk with the Mexican side after that. Referee calls for the inbound. I believe that's number 15 had a talking to Loya Campos. Into Belanger. He tries to go around. He gets around. He doesn't get through, though. Beats 1, not 2. And Mexico trying to oblige Canada with a quick restart. They don't get it. Canada takes their own time. Kuipers up. Kuipers, and it's just over the crossbar. And Kuipers holding his head, standing up. Canada can't afford to lose him. He would not feature heavily in the U.S. game, and America dominated Canada on all sides of the field that time. And Mexico earns a 9. Mexico spending a lot of time on offense, still down 1. Canadians showing that they can score quickly. Mexico, not so much. Substitution in for Mexico as Sandoval Velarde reprises his role at the right back. Mexico now moving the ball around, keeping it in motion. Empty cross into Martinez. Martinez goes out left. Wing cross. Wing cross not able to break through anything. And Martinez tries to get through, and it'll be a 9. Canada still leads by 1. Mexico trying what they can to chip through this Canadian defense. They're outsized in the middle. Mexico unable so far to beat them on athleticism on the side either. And the Canadian defense once again holds up strong. Team Canada happy enough to sit back on defense, hitting Mexico with counterattacks and quick scores from set pieces. And once again, the referee will look to the ball as we take a brief timeout here. The referee says the ball has been re-glued. Lets Mexico test it out on the line. Marquez Caño to check it, sends it back to the goalie. Goalie applies some special goalie glue. And the referee looks to the table. The whistle's blown. Play continues. From the left wing, Mexico on the hunt. Overload play going. They're not able to go down to the right wing. trying to force it through the middle, and the referee will call that one dead. Yes, the referee will call that one dead before the shot is taken. Canadian possession now, as Reese Kleinman checks in over Belanger in the center. Kleinman more than capable of being the backup CB when he needs to be. He had a lot of playing time against the United States. Excellent experience against a very well-skilled, heavily European League featured team in America. And the ball goes down to Mayu, and it's kept out. Canada, happy with that, earns a shot from 7, and that's a timeout by the referee. As Mayu's slow to get up. He has had quite a beat up this entire tournament, taking serious pressure, both Mexico and Greenland's line, along with the Americans. And Kuiper steps up, referee whistles. Kuiper obliges, and it hits the post. And Crabtree going to be happy with that one. Mexico now back with possession. They have the chance to tie it here. Can they get it in the back of the net past this Canadian defense? Their usual strategy does seem to have a little bit of emphasis here. It's having its desired effect. Mexico's still fighting a close game. And they go into an overload set. Wing back swap. And right wing unable to break through 2 defenders. They'll go again to the 9. Gagnon restarts play. Sandoval Juárez in the middle. Swaps out on an empty cross. Martinez goes in. And that's a shot from the right. Sails into the back of the net. We got a tie game here in Bettendorf, Iowa. Kuipers to start. Kleinman will take the left back spot for this set. You almost certainly will see an empty cross come in. Kleinman receiving. Just like that, called it. Kleinman out to Kuipers. Kuipers beats 1, can't beat 2, gets to the wing, and that wing is pushed out of bounds. Canadian possession. Kleinman looking for an opening. Gets it to Kuipers. Kuipers jumps, fakes the shot, goes for the pass down to the right, and heavy defense by Mexico earns a reaction from the Mexican sideline. And that'll be a 9. Oh, reset foul. And Mayu throws it in. Kleinman makes his calls. Kuiper's cut off from the defense. And that will not go. Mexico able to get in front of it. Now Mexico on the breakthrough. Shot good. Mexico, their first lead of the game. And Mayu and Galeu starts it off. This Mexican team has not led for much this tournament. They'll be happy to be in front here. Bronze medal is a lot of pride and a heck of a lot of experience. For those of you who haven't checked in so far, this Mexican side, average age 23, average age for all 3 other teams, 27, a 5-year age gap. And Kleinman shot. That will not go. No. Kleinman called for an offensive foul. Mexico gets the ball back to Salgado Gastelum between the sticks right now. And Martinez will start the attack. Gagnon playing a little out right now as Mexico sets themselves up, set play inbound. Passing the ball around from their back. Keeping their line engaged. Canada playing a higher line on Sandoval Juárez. And wing pass into the center. Goes to Sandoval, and he gets that shot in. Mexico, 2-point lead. And Canada slow to restart. That ball hits the table. Caño passes down to the right, and the right tries to go through. That'll be Mexico's possession. Well, with just under 9 minutes left in this half, I've seen some extremely impressive play by this Mexican side. They've certainly got some life in them that I didn't see in earlier matches. It seems as though the team is finally starting to click, and they're finding some breaks in the Canadian armor. Timeout referee. Referee pulls forwards the floor sweepers. This is an excellent time to go ahead and give a huge shout out to all of the staff of the TBK Bank Sports Complex, as well as all of our volunteers for stepping in when necessary to ensure that this tournament has gone off without a hitch. We couldn't do it without you guys. And from myself and on behalf of USA Team Handball, thank you. As referee looks to the spot, Alexandre Coyne surveys it himself before going off for a substitution. And it'll be number 72 coming in for Canada, Bonhomme Lacourt. Mexico restarts possession. Martinez in the middle. Passing along the back line. Looking for anything he can find. They want to extend this lead. If they can get a 3-point lead on Canada this late into the first half, they're going to go into halftime feeling very comfortable. And he breaks through and he's kept out. Daniel able to get enough on it to keep that well out, but he's not able to keep that one out. A rising shot from the right back. Score now sits Mexico 9, Canada 6, and Canada will take their timeout as we go to a brief commercial interlude.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sonneborg, we are close.
And after that brief commercial intermission, both sides taking to the court once again. So far, Colton Kuipers on 2, as is Dudley Gaspard for the Canadian side. Mexico sitting on 3 points for Sandoval Velarde out there, number 4. And Belanger will begin possession again. New pivot in for Canada, number 30, Gabriel King. Canada now. The second Gaspard has checked in at the left back spot. And they go with a pivot cross to start this one. Belanger in the middle. Back to Gaspard. Gaspard to Gaspard. And that ball is missed. It'll be Mexico possession. Mexico now on the attack. They go down low to their own pivot, and they're not able to get it. That'll be a 9. And they're slow to restart this one as Mexico's making a bit of a line change here, getting their traditional offense in. And Martinez Gutierrez in the left back spot. You're almost certainly about to see an empty cross. He's still calling the commands here. We'll wait to see if that's the call. And it looks like it is not this time. Instead, we get a wing in, cross over from the right to the left. And Mexico call for an offensive foul. Canada on the breakaway. Canada possession, and he's not able to get the throw off. Mexico back in. Some havoc down there on the court. And Mexico will allow themselves this setup for a set piece. Mexico now. Martinez still making the calls. MX looks to do everything they can to not just keep, but extend this lead. Mexico Cross from the left. He tries to break through on his own. He's not able to do it. 9. The 9 thrown in from 10 to the right. He tries to go out to the right again. He can't. Go center, center back. Breaks through one, passes down. Right wing shot, goal, Mexico. Mexico taking something of a commanding lead here, as Canada has less than 5 minutes to rectify the situation. It's been quite a while since Canada's gotten a score. Gaspard, Kuipers, Belanger. Their traditional starting lineup. King still in pivot. He goes for the pivot cross. As Coyne runs in to hit a double pivot, he pops back out, open space. Kuipers not able to get it past, as Salgado Gastelum keeps it out. Mexico now. They had a chance for a counter. They're falling with the momentum. And wing cross saves the day from a hold. Mexico now will allow their traditional offense to slot in. Mexico setting up for a set piece. Once again, Martinez coming out left. Interestingly enough, we haven't seen what I expected, an empty cross from the left to get Martinez that ball. And wing cross in, goes to the center. There's the cross from the left, and a lot of traffic, a lot of contact down low as the referee calls for a floor wipe again. As the floor official comes out, cleans things up. It's a interesting note. We're seeing a lot of those floor wipe calls in these in this NACHC tournament. Even the men's elite tournament for the domestic league, not quite as much. Just goes to show the sheer level that these international players compete at. And as we all clean up there, the referee will look to the table. Tabor looks to the referee. We are good to continue play. And Mexico will begin. Mexico now passing amongst their back line as the CB makes the call. He comes in hot, hits his move around, and there we go. Sliding past King. Martinez hits it. 11-6. Mexico almost doubling this Canadian team. Not something we've seen a lot, not something that Mexico's used to. I'm sure they're very happy with it. Canada going to need to dig deep for a response on this, as once again, Flores Wolfcock is pushing on Kuipers. Kuipers takes it alone, can't get through. Mexican defense pulling his jersey down almost over his shoulder. Kuipers makes a 0, can't get through. Gaspard blocked. And the keeper keeps that one out for a save. King to restart. Kuipers, Belanger out to Gaspard. Belanger goes to Kuipers. Kuipers is man marked. Belanger from the left gets it to go. Canada breaking their scoring drought late in this first half. Well, less than 5 minutes to go now. Less than 4 minutes to go now. 7-11 current score. Mexico leads. Will we see a Canadian comeback, or will Mexico lift bronze? This back line, we've been watching it a lot all day. Mexico spending a lot of time on offense. Canadians able to move quickly. Is that going to hurt them in the long term, though? Mexico, double cross. Goes through the middle, tries to swim, can't break through, gets the ball back, and Daniele saves. And that's going to be a timeout and a 2-minute for Marquez Caño. He'll have to sit as he hits Gaspard in the back. A rather cynical tackle will put Mexico down a player almost to the end of the half. And referee blows to continue play. Belanger now with a side advantage. Can Canada punish Mexico? And Mayu back in pivot. Tries to go for the pivot cross. He doesn't get it, and they bobble possession. That's going to be possession arrow Mexico. Mexico passing it to the keeper passing it in. They are going to pull their goalie, going with a full offensive set. Very aggressive move from Mexico. We'll see if it pays off. As new pivot checks in, number 11, Altamirano. And Mexico begins. Martinez Gaiteres sitting out to the right this time, takes the pass in, double cross from the middle. And Mexico hits their 0 step, stands up, and they aren't able to get past the keeper. Justin Daniele keeps that one out. Belanger to begin the attack. Not able to take advantage of the empty net. Can they take advantage of a 5-man defense? They try to. Canada. Belanger points where he wants the piv. Goes for the pivot cross in. Kuipers, jump shot, and it's saved. Mexico coming away, getting away with murder on that one. Great stop, number 24, Victor Enrique Salgado Gastelum on the save there. A huge momentum swing in favor of the men in green. If you can't tell on the stream, Mexico's colors for this one, predominantly a very dark blue to black and a green coloring on top of their shoulders. Now through on a wing cross, passes down to the pivot. That's an overload play. They try to go to the left wing, not able to get it, but they do get a 9 for their efforts. As we are now in the last 30 seconds of game time. That's a timeout. Team Mexico. 29:32 elapsed so far. We'll go into a brief timeout.
Discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes. And tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
And as we approach the last 30 seconds of this one, some seriously outstanding performances from the Mexican side. Got 4 goals now for Mr. Number 4, Jesus Arturo Sandoval Velarde, and another 3 for the man on the left wing, Said Morales Diaz. Those two effectively separating Mexico from Canada by themselves. This Mexican side playing with confidence we haven't seen all tournament. It's good to see. Great competition so far. We'll see how long they hold this one. They are no longer down a man, and that goal is in. Mexico 12, Canada 7. Canada on their last attack with 10 seconds left. Can Gaspard get through? That'll be a spot. And with 4 seconds, 3 seconds, Canada is going to have one last throw. And no, they won't, says the referee. That'll be the end of the half. Nope. I stand corrected. Referee waves. And Canada wants their last shot. Referee says, time for halftime. Well, this has been the first half, the bronze medal match, Canada versus Mexico of the 2026 edition NACHC Men's World Qualifiers. We're going to go into a brief intermission here, come back, and we'll talk a little bit about the game.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunderborg, we are close.
discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes, and tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
USA Team Handball presents What is handball? Handball is the best sport you probably didn't know existed. It's fast-paced, high-scoring. It's a very physical, full-contact sport. It has little to no breaks. It's non-stop action. It requires excellent athleticism, hand-eye coordination, and ball skills. Handball is the sport Americans have been training for their whole lives without even knowing it. It's been an Olympic sport since 1972. Let's get into a quick breakdown of handball. There's 7 players on the court at a time per team. That's 6 field players and 1 goalie. It's played in 2 30-minute halves. The team with the most goals after the second half wins. Games are high scoring. There's approximately 50 plus goals scored each match. A handball is a few inches smaller than a volleyball, but built like a soccer ball. This ball can be thrown over 80 miles per hour, almost as fast as a major league fastball. You can take up to 3 steps before needing to dribble, pass, or shoot. The semicircle surrounding the goal is the goalie area or 6-meter line. That's approximately 20 feet, and only the goalie is allowed in this area. Goals are scored by throwing the ball into the goal from outside of the 6-meter line, or diving into it and throwing before you hit the ground. Handball is a very popular sport around the world. There are 11 million teams, 31 million players, and 167 different countries playing handball. The most recent handball championships welcomed over 900,000 spectators and over 1.6 billion TV views. Handball isn't just an amateur sport. There are professional handball players based in European leagues that compete in the Champions League, just like soccer. Examples of world-class handball clubs that compete in the Champions League include the likes of FC Barcelona and PSG. Here are some headlines regarding handball's presence in America. We don't seem to be the only ones who think the US should be playing handball. Take a look at some of these tweets. Do you think you have what it takes to be an Olympic handball player for the US? Your athletic career doesn't have to be over after high school or college sports. You can still compete at an international and Olympic level. Imagine being awarded a gold medal in the Olympics representing the United States. So we ask you this, why aren't you playing handball? This is America's next great sport. This is handball.
Yeah, for me, it's already been over a 20-year show. And over those 20 years, it's been constant growth and learning through every situation, whether I was coaching a club in Europe or coaching a club in the United States or playing in the United States or playing in Europe. All of those things had a major impact on what the plan is and what, supports the dream. And that plan is now worldwide, and it's going through Denmark. For me, that plan starts with taking care of the athletes that we currently had because they've just accomplished a lot. And how do we take care of those athletes? And then how do we take care of our staff? And then financially, how do we support ourselves? So those 3 points. And then comes the fact of, well, how do you build more Americans in the United States playing handball? And that's one of the greatest challenges we've ever had. And, there's been highs and lows for that. And we are looking for a more consistent method for that, and that's what's going on right now. Well, for a lot of Americans, that dream is to be in the Olympics, and that's a huge dream, and a lot of it is more reality now because LA is in less than 2.5 years. So now, as that reality and people are facing it every day that goes by, people are realizing they're closer to their dream, and more players want to be involved. And I want to do everything that they want to, everything that those players want to accomplish. I want to help them, you know. And there's more than 14 players that want to be in the Olympics. There's a lot more, and going through that and supporting each one of those players is part of the dream I have as well, you know, supporting and then seeing them succeed in that dream. Well, representing the United States is something. It's like representing. If you're from Denmark, it's like when you represent Denmark and you get to put on the colors, you feel, hey, I don't want to lose this, and I want to represent correctly, and I want myself, my staff, and all our players to represent the United States and feel that pride as we, you know, chase not only just this Olympics, but chase the next Olympics after that and the World Championships. And it's going to require a lot of sacrifice from a lot of different people, myself, and a lot of players. Well, the great thing about, you know, being in Denmark and, you know, seeing all the different clubs and the players and the youth and, you know, male and female players, and it's that you can really focus in one area and focus on one thing, and, you know, focus on handball, where for me that's kind of like where Florida will be. Right now I'm recruiting athletes from all over, but as I get associated into Florida, where I am in the Treasure Coast, is, you know, to focus on that area and now really incorporate some handball structure in that area. Now it takes time, and, you know, we have a facility, and that's what I will encourage. And I'm encouraging, you know, any club in the United States, whether it's, you know, Cal Heat or New York or LA or Chicago or all the clubs, Ohio State, these college clubs, North Carolina, they all have an infrastructure and they're building within their area, you know. So that's kind of, if you can support those clubs and support, you know, the area and let them work, that's going to be a huge step for handball. For me, the answer is pretty easy. Focus on where you are in the United States, and do what you can in there, and just do your one job well. And when you do that one job, everything sort of, the dominoes start taking effect, because people want to be a part of successful things.
And after that brief interlude, we have another 5 minutes or so of team timeout, break time, team timeout. I'm not talking about halftime till we get back. I'd like to go over some of the stats, talk things through, and talk about how we're doing today. Canada, number 17, Colton Kuipers, certainly leading the team as much as he can. He's on 2 goals right now, with Kazide Dudley Gaspard on an additional 10. That Canadian side, shockingly, not able to break through this Mexican defense. They have had some struggles in the previous game, but they were able to come out on top using the same setup. I wonder if it's a strategic change by Mexico, or could it be fatigue from the Canadian side after all, causing that one. Over for the Mexican side, all good notes, nothing negative to say. Once again, number 4, Jesus Sandoval, still on 4. Number 57, Morales Diaz, sitting on 3. And number 28, Juan Anguiano, sitting on 2 now. Those are their top 3 scorers. Notable as well, Canada actually winning the goalie game, with Justin Danielet sitting on a massive 9 saves so far to just 7. Well, I say just. That's quite a lot of saves still. 7 saves for Victor Salgado Gaston. What's going to happen in the second half? I think we're going to see a couple adjustments by Canada, but I do think that Canadian experience is going to rule the day. I think Mexico will begin to peter out a little bit towards the end. Of course, I am a neutral in this game. If you can't tell from the voice, the fact that we're doing this in Bettendorf, and the fact that I announced this is USA Team Handball, I am, in fact, an American. I've watched both these teams over 3 previous games, and now I'm seeing this one. This is the outlier for Mexico. Now, it's a good outlier, and if Mexico can sustain this level of scoring with this level of defensive capability, we're going to have a good one here. But that'll be for the players to decide, not for myself, as we're back after this brief interlude. And here we go. A minute 19 left before the half lets out as the music blares through the hall. Both these sides looking to make themselves a name here, win bronze, come back with something from Bettendorf, Iowa to remember. Well, I gave my pregame talk already, so instead I'm going to give a little bit of a update on the rest of the situation. After this match on courts 2 and 3, we're going to go ahead and have some national domestic tournament games. We've got the Columbus Armada versus Milwaukee United, SSC Flanders over on court 2. Over on court 3, we're going to have a different setup altogether there. Got Dallas Team Handball versus Motor City. Once again, all of those games streamed right here at USA Team Handball's YouTube page. It does look to me like the teams are starting to take position back in the lineup today. Going to see Colton Kuipers, and we should be restarting here shortly. And now, as the Canadian side looks to start, referee having some discussions with Mayu. He's had a very, very physical tournament, taking quite a lot of twos, getting dragged down quite a lot. That's the man of the hour down low. That's what a pivot's job is. He'll be happy to oblige Belanger as we restart. Once again, Mexico 12, Canada 7. As we get this second half of NACHC qualifiers going here. Canadian back line. Once again, Kuipers under harassment from the defense. They go on an empty cross. Kuipers not available for it. They go long. Right, tries to break through, gets past one, tries to drop into the pivot. And Mayu able to get it, but he's dragged down. It looks like it's going to be a 9 call, not a 7 call. Referee's hand was pointed low, a little too low, though. She was pointing at the spot and not the 7. Play continues. Kuiper is giving himself a lot more space. Belanger using that space, and it's in the side of the net. Excellent save by Salgado Gastelum. Mexico now on their own attack. Salgado having one absolutely stellar game right now. Not just keeping his team in it, but comfortably leading Canada. Something they definitely didn't have the first time they played them. Good to see the adjustments worked and the team starting to click. Mexico now sets up for their first attack of the half. Martinez. Looking left, looking right. He makes his call. It's going to be a cross, wing cross, and Belanger able to get there on time. Passes out, Mexico 9. Mexico now looking to attack again. Wing in, double pivot maneuver. They're going to do a cross back to Martinez. He breaks past one, goes down in the center, can't get around, dishes it to the pivot. Pivot to pivot, and Mayu able to keep that one as passive is now up. Mexico. Martinez tries to go to the pivot, and he'll be eaten alive. And Mayu letting nothing through that center. Both King and Mayu out height the Mexican side. And 57, jump shot, stopped. As once again, Daniele having a knockout game of his own. Both keepers on their best forms. Roman Crabtree giving up minutes to 24, Salgado. A little surprised to see that, but it's working out for him. Roman Crabtree had absolutely stellar group stage play. I guess round robin play. Canada now looks in the set. Once again, Kuiper's target of a man mark. Kuiper's breaks one, goes right. Gaspard, jump shot. And that'll be another 9. And Mayu obliges. Canada starts. I think the difference on defense is that Mexico has successfully locked down Colton Kuipers. And just like that, Kuiper sends one out of bounds. As Gastelum comes out to support his team in the backfield a little bit. Mexico moving it around. And that shot stopped. Justin Daniele is going to have a game like that for the rest of the game if they have any chance of coming back from this one. Now on 11. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 11 saves. I'm hearing someone from the crowd shout Justin. If I am mispronouncing your name, Mr. Daniele, I do apologize. I recognize the I. Don't see the hook on it to make it a J. Another save for the goalies. Mexico now. On the move. They're taking their time. For the first time all tournament, Mexico with no reason to rush. They make their call. Martinez out to the left. Will we see the wing in double cross play? I think we're going to right here. Yep, just like that. Wing in, cross 1, cross 2. Bang. Are they going to hit it? No. Back again. Another cross. Shoots down. Daniele save. Canada, breakaway. Too far. Mexico, breakaway. Makes his man. And Kuiper is holding from behind, but it's okay. He's in front of goal. That'll be a 9. Reset for Mexico. Mexico. They look strong. They look as strong as they looked all tournament. This is certainly their gold medal match in their minds. They want that piece of the prize. Martinez drops down low. Caño can't get past him, but it's a point to the line. After some hard defense on both sides, Canada will receive a 7 for that one. A 7 pointed to number 34, and Mayu. Excuse me, a 2 pointed to 34 and Mayu. And the 7 to be taken by Morales Diaz. He steps up and awaits the whistle. Referee gets the position. The tweet is out. The goal is saved. And Kuipers gets it. And once again, the man between the sticks for Canada, number 42. Big man on campus. He'll get pulled for the remainder of the two as long as they're on offense. Belanger takes the ball in the center. Kuipers is no longer marked. They're going for the center instead. Coyne receives it on a cross. Out to Kuipers again. Now King. Pivot cross. Canada getting some movement in the backfield working. They haven't done that as much this game. It was deadly the first time around. As King bobbles it. Mexico breakaway, not able to get it. Kuipers saves that one. Colton Kuipers understands he's going to have to be the man if they want to get bronze here. I'm getting a little excited. I'll tone my voice down to make sure your speakers are not blown out. Canada slows down the play a little bit. They want to make their call correct. A little bit of wing action there. Kuipers calls his up as well. Pivot. All motion, all over. Canada trying to find a hole in the defense. Belanger tries to swim through, not able to do so. Gaspard harassed in the center. Goes out. Kuipers on the left. Kuipers through. No. That'll be a 9. And King to start. Kuipers. And that's a missed throw. Gaspard will recover it. Canada still with possession. Now moving up. Gaspard with momentum. Goes through Kuipers. Kuipers goal. Canada on the board. 13 seconds left on that 2. And just like that, Canada back to full, and Mayu takes his spot, shoring up that central defense. Mexico, importantly, has not been able to get much going on offense this half. The adjustments from Canada have worked so far. They're playing out of their minds on defense. Offense, they're starting to chip that lead away. And that ball goes down low, but it's stopped. Tried to get to the pivot, weren't able to connect there. Kuipers, Belanger out to Gaspard. He's got it. He misses his man. 1-2, jump shot. Blocked. Save. Another one for Victor Enrique Salgado Gastelum, number 24 on 10 saves now. These goalies are having a knockout day. I've seen some great goalie play myself. These guys might be topping anything you're going to see rest of the day. Hoping to see the same from the U.S. side today. Obviously, I've got a little bit of stakes in that. Red, white, and blue bleed through me, bleed through many of you. And pivot cross in. Mexico in possession. Wing cross from the center back. As they're trying to get their own whirlwind going. Jump shot. And it's saved again. Justin Daniele stopping anything, giving his team every chance they can. And the floor official called out for a quick wipe down. Referee looks at the spot, clears the play. Awaiting the whistle now from the official. Hands are up. We're good to go. Play continues. Sandoval Valerde. He hasn't done much yet this half. Mexico on the attack. Breakthrough shot. Goal number 21. Rivas Zazueta. Now Canada. They need to get that lead back down to 4. Mexico playing a high line. 3-3. Not quite a man mark. They're man marking the backs, though. As Kuipers breaks through, not able to get past 2 men. Kuipers, avoiding the swim, usually moves to the right there. Belanger looks to Kuipers. He's eaten up. Belanger, and it's straight once again at the keeper, who falls to close the 5-hole. Not to do for Mexico on, not to do for Canada on that possession. Mexico now in possession. Mexico taking their time, getting everyone into position. Martinez out left. Pierre Coyne now copying the Mexican side, marking out on their left back. Wing cross, now across the left back, shot. And it's another save by Justin Danulet. That is 15 Markham 1-5 saves for the man between the sticks for Canada. A new lineup now for the Canadians over on the left. Got number 13, Alexis Renault in at the left back spot. Down low at wing, number 4, Eric Dupre. Renault goes to the middle, it's Gaspard. Back to the middle, jump shot. And no to do. No one can get past these keepers right now. I don't know what kind of special sauce they had at halftime, but these guys have the reaction speeds of a spider. Mexico looking to set up their attack. Both sides breaking through the defenses, not breaking through the goalies. Good offensive play all up until the finish. As a wise man once told me, no such thing as a bad goal. And just like that, a great goal, number 4, Jesus Arturo Sandoval Verade. Ryman checks in. Sorry, Kleinman, Reese. Kleinman surveys his options. Goes with the empty cross. Empty cross, Renault, jump shot, stopped again. Coyne, rebound. Coyne with his first on the day. Pierre Alexandre Coyne. Through the group stages, the live chat on YouTube has been shouting his name, and he gets a big one there for Canada, lowers that lead. The score sits at 9 to Team Canada, 14 to Team Mexico. 5 points separate these two in the bronze medal countdown. Speaking of the countdown, still 12 minutes, only 12 minutes elapsed in this one. Mexico looking to break through. They get down to the pivot, goal, just like that. A nice bounce shot goal from the pivot. That's Caño. As Kleinman begins to run his offense. The starter's sitting. Can Reese pull off some bench magic here? Kleinman, jump shot, and it's off the crossbar. Mexico recovered. Mexico on the run with momentum. The pivot taking it up. He passes it through the center. Goes out right. And they'll set up for a set piece here. Still with speed. Overload, jump shot, goal again. Mexico separating. 16-9. That's 7 points now between the two of them. And that's a timeout for Team Canada. And Christian Latulippe does not look happy on that sideline right now as the Canadian officials try to figure out what they can do to stop this onslaught from Mexico. We'll go into a brief commercial interlude now.
Discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes. And tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
And the double call has called. We are now back in it. Team Canada down big almost halfway through this second half. Not a position Canada wants against this Mexico side. They beat them I'd say handily in the first round. By no means a blowout. And now once again, Kleinman to set up his attack. He looks left, he looks right. The call comes for the wing in, and the referee is going to call a timeout on that. And a 2-minute now. And that is the second, count them, second 2-minute for number 34, Kevin Mayu Ngleu. That'll be Mexico's ball after the foul. The referees look to reset. Referee raises her hand. Oh, she has a talk first with the Mexico side. And there we go. Game continues. Mexico comfortably in the lead. You already know this side wants to double Canada. Call it payback for that group stage game. And jump shot stopped. The shot stopper from Canada will run out for the offense. Kleinman checks back in. Number 13, Alexis Rinal. Out to the side. Coin takes the cross. Goes out left. Goes pivot cross. Out left again. Back to the center. Kleinman looking for some action of his own. Passes down. Overload move. Doesn't make it to the wing. And that's an interception. Mexico breakaway shot. Goal for the Mexican side. Absolute display of power on right now from Mexico. As Team Canada looking wearily at the clock, they know a comeback at this stage is by no means a sure thing. They're passing the ball in the backfield, waiting for their line to get in position. Kleinman goes to Coin. Coin, unable to break through, goes to number 15, down low, back to the right, and that'll be a 9. Just 20 seconds left on Mexico's 2. Renal goes Coin. Coin loses possession through a smack. That'll be a 9. Down to Renal on the left. Renal tries to find the pivot, doesn't quite get there. And the referees have raised the hand for passive. Referees giving some notes to the Mexican defense. Please, no shoving. And Canada, Renal shot, goal! Canada hits the 10 mark. And Mexico called back to the line. Probably not the strategies, so to speak, but there's no problem playing a little confused, as anything that wastes time right now is in Mexico's favor. May or may not be deliberate, doesn't really matter. The point is it has the same outcome. Ball across around the world. Into the CB, Canada playing a higher line on Martinez, marked. To the left. Left goes the wing. Wing shot. Wing. No. Goes the pivot. Pivot goal. Oh, no. And it's called in. No goal. Contact by the offense. And that'll be Canada's chance again. They escaped that one. Canada now on the attack. Kleinman goes central. And Renal picks it up on the leg. On the right. Woof. Muhammad Auda now they're out right in the set. Mexico playing amazing defense so far. Can they stop this one? Yes, they can. As yet another save. Mexico, goal. Mexico dominating with an 8-point lead now in the last 15 minutes. Team Canada going to need something to change here if they have any hopes of coming back from this one. Kleinman, pivot, outright, goes back left, left shot, goal off the crossbar. A solid one as Mexico overthrows their pivot position. Mexican pivot jogs back to the starting point. The tweet is gone, the play is going. Canada playing a little higher on their line. Not really pressuring the backs, just making them back up a little bit more. Mexico from the left wing comes back around to the center, to the right, around the world. They go for the pivot cross. They stop the pivot cross, and they try to go down to the pivot. That's a kickball. Canada now on the attack. Canada drops down to the pivot, back to the left back. They reset. Mexico playing their own high line. It's worked so far. They have no reason to stop. Their lead at 7. Renault shot, saved. Rebound for Mexico. That is 15 saves now for the man between the sticks for the black and green. And that shot goes harmlessly past the goal. Coin on the attack. Coin, jump, shot, goal off the crossbar. That should give Canada plenty of help, plenty of hope. The lead now just 6. Canada top scorer still sits at number 4, Sandoval. He's on 5 now. Mexico through the middle, and that'll be called for Mexico, just a 9. High flying offense hit with some hard flying defense. Mexico restarts. They get the ball in motion, using space. Out to the left, and it's a goal. Canada looking to respond at speed. Out to Auda. Auda out to the wing. And that's a spot. A timeout spot. The referee pulls him in. I believe that's a 7. The referee's now in discussion on the penalty to be applied for the Mexican 1 spot. And it'll be Pierre Coyne to take this one. Roman Crabtree hasn't been needed, and that will be a 2-minute assigned to Mexico, number 8, Jose Flores. Pierre Coyne. Dribbling it through. He's been their 7 specialist for most of this tournament, sharing shots with Kuipers. Coyne now to take. And he'll make that one. He gets it to go. Canada shrinks that lead back to 6. Mexico. In no rush. They go for a change out. Circling around. Canada now playing a high line on the center backs. Mexico out to Martinez. He tries to break through, unable to get through the Canadian 2-3 spot. Martinez goes out to the right. Right wing swap. Goes into the middle, and Canada hard defense. They swap it again. Hard defense. Timeout. Referee. That's a 2-minute. 2-minute on Canada. And that'll be the big man down low, number 30, Gabriel King, who will have to sit. A minute left for Mexico's 6. Mexico's 8. Referee blows. Play continues. Mexico, no goalie. They go down, and referee gives a 9. Continues play. Out left. Left wing. Looks. Doesn't like it. Overload. Jump shot. And it's just wide. Actually, quite wide, if being honest. Kleinman now. Start his attack. Mayu back in pivot. Now Canada pulls their goalie as they try to exploit this down 5, and they're not able to get on the first. Coin rebound, Coin shot, Coin goal. Pierre Coin trying everything he can to close that gap. 5 points separate these teams. Important note, Mexico will get back their 7th player here shortly. They pull their goalie, and they go into a slow set offense. Mexico goes down to the pivot, not able to get it, and that will be a Canada ball. Canada ball. 4, jump shot, and it's just high. Clean defense by Mexico. Canada unable to convert that one. Kuiper's standing up behind the line. He's applying glue. He'll be coming in here shortly. And the referees are having some discussion as the floor official wipes the spot. As the Canadian goalie wipes the spot. And the referees look to the table. Table looks to the referees. Play continues. Mexico now. They're back to full. They've got 20 seconds left till Canada is the same. Mexico to the center. Goes right wing shot, and that one's off the crossbar. Canada now looking for a fast break, fast offense. Kuipers checks in. Negative. That's Kleinman still. And time out for Team Canada as we go to a commercial break.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunderborg, we are close.
And we return after that short commercial break. Once again, thank you to our sponsors. They're all helpful in growing the sport here in the United States. Belanger, Gaspard, and Kuipers all back in the starters for Canada. As Mayu begins play, Kuipers in the center. He'll have to have a big one, as will the rest of their backs now. Belanger through, gets it out to the wing. Pierre Coin, goal for Canada. Number 21 from the wing, Pierre Alexandre Coin. Jump shot, Mexico, kept out by Daniele. Kuipers now, moving it up. Mexico pressuring, 15-19, 4-point game. As we enter into 6 minutes remaining in this match. Belanger, Kuipers in the center. Can Canada get it done? Can Mexico close them out? 6 minutes decides this bronze medal match, NACHC World Qualifiers. Belanger breaks one, pops out to the wing. And hold, defense. 9. Belanger, Kuipers, swim move, out to the wing shot, wing lob, wing goal. Oh no, it's saved. After an outstanding performance by Salgado Gastelum, Mexico cycles back their goalie to the man who had it all this week. Number 17, Santiago Roman Crabtree. Mexico now on the attack. Canada playing an extremely high line here. Colton Kuipers coming out on defense and wrapping up number 4, Theodoros Antoniadis. Mexico looking to break through this defense, and they do. An upper wing shot as the player goes down hard, and it'll be a timeout. Mexican player slow to get to his feet. He stays down. He's able to get up under his own pressure, under his own power. And he will have to sit for 3 as the referee's blow. Plays continues. Negative on that. Play does not continue. And that's a red card to number 34, Kevin Emeu Ngleo. He will have to sit for the rest of this match. Canada will play down a man for the next 2 minutes. Well, Mr. Emeu has had a hard tournament with the position down low. Playing lights out, but unfortunately for him, it's the end of the day. Now from the midfield. Canada goes out to the left. They find Kuipers. He's wrapped up 9. King restarts. Kuipers out. Belanger tries to break through. Not able to do so. That'll be a timeout. Referee has a 2-minute. A 2-minute again. Both these teams letting it get to him a little bit. Number 8 will have to sit. Jose Flores. That's his 2nd of the day. And referees will blow shortly for play to continue. Gabriel King gets the ball out. Canada, no goalie, which means they're up a man. Kuipers. And that's a double dribble by Kuipers. Mental error there leaves Mexico with a safe spot. Mexico up 5, 4 minutes left. The door may not be closed for Canada, but it is closing fast. Team Canada unable to stop this Mexican offense, regardless of how much they can break through. Mexico now in no rush, no hurry to start. They go down to their wing. Wing across. Shot, jump, deflection, rebound, deflection again. Once again, Daniele playing out of his mind, trying to get Canada back in this thing. Mexico gets the rebound anyways. That's 22-0 saves for Justin Daniele. Mexico now looking, going for the overload through the middle. They get that one to go. 6 points now separate. That might be the dagger. Belanger in the middle. Kuipers. Belanger, shot, blocked. Blocked by the Mexican line. Play continues. Gaspard gets it in. Belanger in the middle. Goes for the fake pivot cross. Gets it to Gaspard. Out to Kuipers. Jump shot. And it's over the bar. Nothing to do for this Canadian side as 2 minutes 30 elapses. And that will be all she wrote. 2 minutes 30 left. In handball terms, effectively impossible for Canada to come back at this point. A 6-point lead for Mexico. Incredible offensive production out of their back line this time around, especially from that man marked right now, number 4, Jesus Arturo Sandoval. Him as well as number 21 sitting on 5. That's Manuel Rivas Zazueta. Those two more than the separation that Mexico needed today. Now, from the middle, Martinez to the pivot, and the pivot gets it to go. 22 Mexico, 15 Canada. Belanger fighting to the end. He'll get a 9, not a 7. As King restarts. Out to the left. Center. Gaspard. And shot goal. Belanger with a bowling alley shot. Just over a minute left in this one. Team Mexico. Walking with confidence. Playing with pleasure. Canada pressuring everything on him. Mexico tries to go down to pivot, throws an interception. King alone, passes out. Belanger passes back to King. King, one-step shot, goal, Canada. And 45 seconds left. Referee calls a timeout. Mexico will restart with time in the middle. Canada all up, all pressure. They're playing down 1, it seems, as if they're down 1. A medal match, always worth the extra effort. A 9 for Mexico. Timeout. Referees want a clean final seconds. Whether or not they get them is a different story. And down to the pivot. Pivot goal. Daniele goes the wrong way. Renault. Belanger out to Gaspard. And 45 seconds left. Canada will not give this one up. They'll take a 9. Belanger out left, goes right. That ball is not tipped. It is missed. It is tipped, and that'll do it. That'll do it here today. Your final score, Mexico wins bronze 23, Canada 17 after 2 full halves of handball. Highlights, as said before, for Mexico coming out. Number 4, Jesus Arturo Sandoval Velarde on 5. Sharing his help with number 21 for Canada, Manuel Rivas Zazueta, also on 5. For Canada, their top scorer of the day, number 21, Pierre-Alexandre Coyne. Fan favorite from the chat. Tried everything he could today. Notable, Colton Kuipers also on 3. Goalkeepers today playing out of their minds. Justin Daniele with 20, count them, 20 saves, not able to get his team across the finish line. And finally, a huge shout out for Mexico. Number 24, Victor Enrique Salgado Gastelum on 15 saves. This has been the NACHC 2026 Men's Senior World Qualifiers Bronze Medal Match. And a huge congratulations to Team Mexico on their victory. We thank you for turning into this presentation. We will go ahead and end this stream shortly. As a reminder, we now have 2 games going on in the U.S. Open Championship, going to be streamed right here on USA Team Handball YouTube. I've been your host, Kurt Schaefer. This has been an amazing match.